Thank you so much, Chair. My question is a quick one, likely to the Canadian Race Relations Foundation, about what they think the federal government can do to improve the relationship between Muslim communities and national security agencies.
Amira, you,
Okay.
yeah.
Sure. So why don't I'll take Senator Jaffer's question first. Thank you so much, Senator Jaffer, for that question. So in terms of education, certainly the Canadian Race Relations Foundation, we have a number of different types of programming. For instance, around the National Day for Remembrance and Action on Islamophobia to remember the mosque attack, we actually held special programming in which we invited Muslim artists to talk about the way that Muslims have been dehumanized in our media. And that includes, of course, the gendered aspect of the dehumanization of Muslim women as victims, as requiring saving, etc., and how important it is to take that back. And that was a partnership with the National Film Board as well as Telefilm Canada, for instance. We also held a dialogue last fall with Sisters Dialogue amongst other community organizations at West with MacEwan University and Irfan Chowdhury out there, who's doing phenomenal work, in which we discussed, ways in which communities can address the very concerning rates of hate that's growing not only for Muslim communities but other communities as well, including the spike in Asian Canadian hate that we've seen as well. So we sort of take on a variety of programming to address these types of issues, but just as you point out, Senator Jaffer, there is a lot more required to do, and we are certainly looking for opportunities to partner and support organizations that are committed to this work.
Maybe I can answer the question around national security agencies. We also have a campaign with that we do with the YWCA Canada called Block Hate, in order to raise awareness about the impact of hate on women and particularly racialized women. It's been one of our key partnerships within the organization. In terms of national security, honestly, you're absolutely right. I think many Muslim communities have lost faith in national security organizations to both protect them, but also treat them with fairness. I think, everything that our two professors have said earlier has been a lived reality for many. And I think that the first thing it needs to do is to stop the practices that have been racist towards Canadian Muslims. There's national security organizations have perpetuated these things, particularly, when we talked about the CBSA, I used to get stopped every single time I went to an airport and sent to secondary screening. It was only until I got an Nexus card that I was able to bypass that. But up until then, every single time I went to an airport, I would have heart palpitations sitting in the secondary screening room, thinking about, what if I'm going to be let go on an airplane. So I think that trust is lost, to be frank. So that trust definitely needs to be regained. Part of the work that we're doing on hate crimes is because we know people. I was out west, and I met with Muslim organizations, and I asked them, how many of you report report hate crimes to the police?
I'm sorry, Hashim, I have to apologize.
No problem.
We have to go to the